Do you often have people? Yes, definitely. I regularly lend a helping hand for other people who are in trouble, and whenever I am available, I would be willing to helping others with my best, mainly because I reckon that this action have could make me feel happy after assisting others. It was like I did achieve something each extraordinary, and because my parents taught me that helping other one under some situations can make me realize a lot of valuable things that I could not learn in the school or at home. What is the good neighbor? Actually, this is attributed to a host factors to define a good neighbor, and I would like to point out three three qualities that make a person to become a good neighbor. For one, a good neighbor is the one who is really friendly and hospitable, mainly because with this trait character, mm, they they has a warm heart, and they would definitely help their neighbor under circumstance whenever and wherever they can. On top of that, a good neighbor is a quiet person, and they could show their respect to the private life of their neighbor. For example, in the evening, a good neighbor would would not make a noisy would make a noise would make a loudly noise which annoys their neighbor. and I think this and I think this character could create a comfortable zone between them and their neighbors. Why children don't allow advice from their parents? Well, it's such an intriguing question for me. And this is, I reckon that there are a couple of crucial reasons why children usually don't allow the advice that given by their parents. For one, the advice that the parents give for their child are not appropriate, mainly because they don't put themselves in the same situation to get the advice. They just did anything from their appearance. In some cases, they are not suitable for this certain circumstance. And another reason is that the way that people give the advice make the children feel uncomfortable, maybe the children think that their parents force them do this to do this action, to do this solution, and they feel they are really dependent on their parents and they don't like it. Should parents help children with their homework? Yes, I strongly consent with this view. Having said that, I reckon that a parent just only give the guidance for their children in resolving the homework, mainly because if the parent finish this kind of homework, the children would not understand why, and if they faced with the same questions, they could not find the answer for this. The parent should point out how the how their child could follow this and give the exact and give the detailed explanation for their solution at each and every step. Or in some case with or in some cases, if the children make mistakes, the parents should point out and help them to rectify this mistake. Should young people help the older ones? Yes, the youngers should assist the elder because this is the great way for them to show their respect to the elderly, and helping the elderly is also considered as the finest trait for younger, because in our tradition this action is so good, and the youngsters are responsible to lend a hand for the elder whenever they are in trouble and they need help.